This is the exacttrades.com Shakers report for August 11th, 2011. We're taking a look here at the S&P 500, the SPY. You can see here we pulled down, had the bounce off of this 113 area, some consolidation, then a push up, tested this 116, and then we failed late in the day, coming back down into this 113 and broke below it into 112. Trying to hold this 112 area. We're going to watch it tomorrow. If it breaks down below 112, we could very well see 110. So be ready for some more shorts. We could also have a break. I would like to see it push through this 116. It seems to be having some trouble here. See some consolidation here off these previous lows. So I would look for a breakout over 116. It's going to help out the longs. Could see 117, possibly high 118s. But we're going to stay balanced both with longs and shorts. It seems to be working better, especially with this high volatility that we're seeing while we're putting in a bottom. So what we have is we could break to new lows in the market and have some more selling, continue with the consolidation, or have a breakout and start to move higher. So either way, we're going to be prepared, have trades to go long and short. So let's go ahead and look at today's trades. First we have ABX. This is Barrick Gold. You can see here that we stayed strong most of the day. Didn't really pull back much with the market, holding up after market. We're going to look for a breakout over 50.50. So right about there, take it long. First profit target's going to be at 51, so right in there. Look to take your profit a cent or two before the whole dollar amount. Sometimes it'll come up right close to that whole dollar amount and then it'll fail just before it and miss your target. So it's a little tip to hit more of your targets is just give up a penny or two on the target, and that way you'll fill it and then it'll turn back down under resistance and you'll be out of the trade. So look for that first target. I would keep part of it to try to push through 51. Next stop could be 51.70, so right up here, and then possibly 52. So this area in here, not a lot of resistance, could push its way up into 51.70. Keep looking for those higher highs and higher lows, trending up, and then a breakout over 170. But this end here is less likely up into 52. I think your higher probability of profit is going to be in this area. Next we have ACM, that's ACOM Technology. You can see here starting to put in the bottom, had the pullback with the selling at the end of the day in yesterday's session. We're going to look for it to push up through this resistance. You can see right here this low, also this test of this high and fail, and then a test here 3 times on that resistance level right around $20. That's pretty solid resistance. So we're going to look to take this long over 2015. So right about there, take it long. First profit target's going to be about 2035, so right in there. Might want to take a little bit more off at 2050 and then see if it can push through 2050. Could come up into this 2075 area as your last target. Next we have CENX, that's Century Aluminum. You can see here stayed in this range, have this resistance level right here, also from this high, and broke it a little bit here a couple days ago. So we're going to look to take this long over 1035. So we want to make sure we break this resistance level here, 1035. First profit target's going to be at 1045, so right about there, and then see if it can come up here into 1060. I would leave a small piece to see if it can push through 1060. Anywhere up in here could be the last piece that you try to push up into 11. Probably going to fail before 11, but it's possible that it could get up into this high 10s area. Next we have CHKP, that's Chesapeake Energy. You can see this level of resistance right here around 50.85. That was Tuesday's high. Then Wednesday we tested it and failed. We're going to look for a push through this 51 area. We're going to look to take this long over 51.20. So I want to make sure that we get a good break. I don't want a false breakout. You got this little bit of resistance here right around 51 as well. So 51.20 I think is a safe bet for a long. First profit target's going to be at 51.70. So right about there, take some profit. Take a little bit more profit at 52. And then see if it can push through 52 up into 52.50 area. So right in there, those are going to be your profit targets. Next we have HAL, it's Halliburton. Here's our resistance level around 45.30. You can see here aftermarket had tested it a little bit. Also the highs back here on Monday, and a little bit of this low here is going to be resistance. So we're going to look for a breakout over this. Look to take this long over 45.50. So right about there, take it long. First profit target's going to be at 46, so right in there. Then at 46.40 area. 35 to 40 right in there, and then leave a piece open to see if you can push up here into 47, 47.15. So last target's going to be up here in the high 46s, low 47s. Next we have STI, that's SunTrust Banks. You can see here we broke the support late in the day in yesterday's session, staying pretty weak even with some of the bounces we had in the market. Not a lot of buyers in this STI. We're looking for a continuation move down. We'll take this short under 1734, so right about there, take it short. First profit target's going to be at 1715, so right about there, and then 17. I would leave a small piece of your trade, see if it can break through 17 and make lower lows. You'll probably stop out later on if you break down below 17 with a very nice trade. Next we have HIG, that's Hartford Financial Services. Again, selling off against the market, had an okay bounce and then really failed down through that support level right in here around 1850. Right now it's at this support level right at 18. We're going to look to take this short below 1794, so right about there, take it short. The reason I'm taking it short here is because next support is not down until 1747 to 1730 area, in this area here. So there's quite a bit of money here from 1794 down to 1750, but you will want to take your 1% profit. So first profit target's going to be right around 1776, so right about there, and then see if it can come down into 1750 and then a breakdown to test the lows at 1730. Next we have IVZ, that's Invesco. Again, very similar chart, had this support level, held it, tested it again in yesterday's session, then late in the day we finally broke that support. Going to look for a continuation move down. I would take this short below 1646, so right about there. We're looking for a break below 1650, triggers 1646. First profit target's going to be at 1630, so right about there, 1630. Then see if it can come down into 1615 and possibly 16 with your last piece. Probably going to show a little bit of support at 16. That's the last target I would have on this trade. Next we have BBL, that's BHP Billiton, held right at yesterday's support level, has another little bit of support here at 59.20, and then the lows are down at 58. So we have some pretty good money here from these lows and this support down to Monday's lows. I'd look to take this short below 58.90, so wait for it to break 59, take it short about 58.90. First profit target's going to be at 58.40, so right about there. Take some more off at 58 and then see if it can break down into 57.50, possibly lower down into 57. So is there enough lines on that chart for you? Can you guys see that okay? Just to review, 58.90, trigger short, 58.40, take some profit, take a little bit more profit at 58, leave a small piece, see what it does at 57.60 area, 57.50, probably going to bounce somewhere in that area. Next we have AN, that's AutoNation. Here's our support level right there. You can see here we're in this range, more of a consolidation off of this bottom instead of a better bounce or a break of a trend line. We can also take a look at this trend line here, coming down right there, and we have support here. If we have some selling in the market, I'm going to look for a break below the support level. Going to want to take this short under 31.94, so make sure it breaks 32. Right about there, take it short. First profit target's going to be at 31.60, so right about there. Then leave a piece open for 31.30 and then possibly 31 down into here. So these are your profit targets. Here's your trigger under 32. Probably going to break this support. It might just roll right through 32. Go ahead and grab it here and then target into 31. So those are the trades for today. Good luck to everyone. Stay focused. Remember to use a stop and always be flexible. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.